all season long through NCAA wrestling, point blank, period. And we're just blessed enough to be able to see these guys live and in action this weekend.
Aeoden Sinclair. A win over Max McAnally here at the National Duels in this same building at the beginning of the year. He knows what it is to win a big match in this building. This one's bigger, though.
Yes, it is.
We talked with Mark Branch, the head coach of Wyoming, about a week and a half ago before the brackets had come out. And he talked about the fact that Eddie Neitenbach had never met Aeoden Sinclair before. He said, I hope we get to see that matchup. We will tonight. Branch knows he's got a kid in Joey Novak that is capable of competing with anybody in the country. He will have a chance to prove it in this one.
Yep. And as soon as this whistle blows, Sinclair is in your face and a high offensive attack rate.
Evan Burchett, our lead official. Eric Boucher with him on the mat, and we are underway at 184 pounds. Brian Smith said of Aeoden Sinclair, he believes in his identity. He knows his style, he knows how to wrestle, and he's just going to do what he does. It's not about the other guy on the mat, it's about what he does.
Yep, and that's what you want to do. You want to make your opponent wrestle your style. Stay where you're comfortable at. You don't have to do anything wild. Don't have to do anything crazy that you're not accustomed to doing. Just do what you do. That put points on the board.
Novak with the shot, fended off pretty easily by Sinclair. Neitenbach needs to be careful here. Eddie Neitenbach needs to be careful here because he knows that if Sinclair gets a hold of his arm, the arm drags from Aeoden Sinclair are elite.
Yes.
That is a big part of how he scores.
And like I said, he can score from many different areas too. Good on his feet, good on top, good on bottom. Just an all-around solid wrestler.
Apologies, I got ahead of myself there. We have Joey Novak at 197 pounds here in a little bit against Rocky Elam.
Nice
Good
outside step
from Sinclair, scooping in that knee. Shelves it, looks for the trip, and finishes the takedown.
Sinclair did a really good job of getting height there. Got that leg up, ended up getting the trip, securing that first takedown. Nice outside step shot too. Pretty sure he's probably been wrestling with Keegan O'Toole on that one.
Red set, don't move. Green cover legal.
So Sinclair with the early takedown midway through this first period. Neitenbach catching that mat return, now rolling through. Good job by Sinclair to stay with him, keep his hips square, and maintain the ride.
Sinclair doesn't mind scrambling either.
Chopping at that arm.
Building on that ride time. Neitenbach's got to try to get to those feet, peel those hands. Get that 1 point. Nice mat return again. I like what he did. Returned on one side, moved his opponent's body to that right side.
Another mat return from Sinclair.
And you see what he's doing with his left knee there, right? Obviously, there's a height differential here, right? But once Sinclair's able to get Neitenbach up, using that left leg to kind of help him out a little bit.
To the edge of the cylinder, still inbounds at the moment, and now they work outside the cylinder. Sinclair, one of the most fascinating characters, not just from a wrestling standpoint, but also his personality. A hobbyist in all facets of life. Plays the piano. He's trying to start a band with some of his teammates at Missouri. Talks with his teammates about tax law. He's as versatile and multifaceted an individual as you will find across the country. Neitenbach able to work the escape 3-1 here. Final 15 seconds of this first period.
Talented in a whole lot of areas besides wrestling.
Brian Smith said he's going to graduate in 3 years. Already on that track here in his redshirt freshman season. And he's got the 3-1 lead through the opening period. He did redshirt a year ago as we get another look at the takedown.
Here's that takedown. Look, watch how he gets height. Use that right leg. Trips right there on Neitenbach. Bam, 3-point takedown. Good job.
He redshirted a year ago. They were back and forth about whether or not to do it throughout the season. Ultimately decided to stick with the red shirt because Brian Smith said he still needed to see a little bit more growth in terms of his versatility as a wrestler and become a more complete wrestler. He said early on in his career at Mizzou, Sinclair would say, you don't need to be great on top. And he had to kind of, he and his coaching staff kind of worked him through that mentality and that belief. And it was a big ride over McAnally in that match here at the National Duels that was for Brian Smith. The moment it was like, all right, Aeoden Sinclair has come full circle.
Yeah, and I actually remember Missouri was in Stillwater dueling that night, and Sinclair wrestled Dustin Plott. And Coach Smith mentioned something that the Missouri fans may be mad at him because he hadn't wrestled Sinclair at home just yet, but he did wrestle him on the road. And to your point, man, he is a fantastic freshman, but sounds even more like a fantastic young man.
Clean it up. Top of the head, stay out of the face.
He was able to work a quick escape there here in the second period. And because he got out as quick as he did, he still has over a minute of riding time. Now in on another shot and lifting that left leg. Trips again. Not finished yet. There it is. Another takedown for Aeoden Sinclair as they spill out of the cylinder, but a 7-1 advantage for the Missouri Tiger.
Just consistent. 2 shots, 2 scores. Increasing the riding time now. 1:04 left in this second period.
That return from Sinclair. Under a minute to go in this second period. And the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country in the coaches' rankings, showing just how elite he is. He is a bona fide national championship threat in a couple weeks in Cleveland, Hardell.
He is. And he's proven that. He's shown that all season. Like I said, only 1 loss on the record. Like I said, versed in all facets of the wrestling game.
Stall call on Neitenbach. That's the first. It's a warning. No point awarded. 20 seconds here in the period.
Both men working to improve here.
See how he's moving from side to side. Hard. He's going hard to the right side, moving Neitenbach a little bit. Go back to the left, just kind of keeping him guessing. He's keeping him guessing.
2 periods in the books. Sinclair in control, a 7-1 advantage in over 2 minutes worth of riding time. You mentioned he has just 1 loss on the year. Came against Angelo Ferrari of Iowa back in November. Also here at the National Duels, and that one took a tiebreaker, a 3-2
that was a wild
win
match
for Ferrari.
That was a back and forth scramble fest is exactly what that was.
Let's stay out of it. I already talked to you about it. That's what's going to cost you. Stay out of it.
Evan Burchett keeping control of the action. Warning Eddie Neitenbach. Another shot from Sinclair. Defense from Neitenbach. Holding on to that far leg. Now trying to work through the crotch of Sinclair. And they'll call a stalemate.
Neutral. Measure that, guys.
Neitenbach did a good
25
job.
left here.
Now Neitenbach just did a good job of squaring those hips back up and giving himself an opportunity to score. Now granted, that was off of Sinclair's attack. Neitenbach just hadn't had anything significant right now. Sinclair's just holding position well and also kind of keeping Neitenbach guessing during this. It's just been in complete control.
Wyoming head coach Mark Branch said that Neitenbach, when he first came to Wyoming, was a little quieter, a little more reserved. He said about halfway through his freshman year, he kind of broke out of his shell, became a more vocal member of the team, and has really impacted the culture of the Wyoming Cowboys since his arrival.
Yes. Mark's done a heck of a job at Wyoming, man. Been there numerous years, getting guys on the podium, getting guys here in the Big 12 finals, so he'll continue success.
Neitenbach needs a very loud final 30 seconds here, though. Gunning for that left leg of Sinclair, the defense from the Tiger. 25 seconds in the period.
Look at that. Look
Sinclair.
at that. Good lateral movement, man. That was nice.
Aeoden Sinclair, elite in so many things, but he does nothing better than he wrestles. Aeoden Sinclair, your champion in the Big 12 at 184 pounds. A terrific and dominant performance from the redshirt freshman, and likely just the first of many championships for that young man. 197 pounds on deck when we return.